Well, the Vegas Golden Knights certainly made their splash at the draft this year, so let's get into it. This is going to be pretty quick. The Vegas Golden Knights hosted the draft, and to me, the best NHL draft of all time at Sphere. I think the big win for the Vegas Golden Knights here is that they should be hosting the draft every year there because it was just spectacular and amazing. So first I want to thank the Vegas Golden Knights and the NHL and Vegas in general for putting on that show. It was awesome. But let's get into the draft picks. At 19th overall, the Vegas Golden Knights bit the proverbial bullet and drafted Trevor Connelly. Now, if you're not aware, Trevor Connelly has had a very long and documented history of off-ice issues that turned a lot of teams off of him over the years. There are some that are public, there are some that are not, there are stories that have been corroborated, there are reasons why NHL teams skipped on him and he was available at 19. Setting that aside, and let's assume that for the rest of his career, everything goes fine, because we kind of have to do that for now. This guy could be one of the best players in the draft looking back. In terms of pure skill level and raw talent, certainly a top 10 level player for me. If this pick works out, it's a great pick for the Vegas Golden Knights. In a sense, they're taking on a little bit of risk here, but this is a situation where I hope you can get the player to turn over a new leaf, restart things, and make amends where necessary, and move forward in a way that can help him become a good NHL hockey player at some point. And for me, he was at 15th on my board. I do think there are some hockey sense issues and a lot of individualistic play that I think are going to be issues that need to be fixed. There was also that major penalty at the under-18s that was extremely ill-advised in a game that the Americans absolutely should have won, that gave Canada the chance to come back and steal the under-18 gold medal from under their noses, but I guess stuff like that can happen. The talent is what matters, and Trevor Connelly is a very talented player, and we're going to have to see what happens from here. If it doesn't work out, you took the chance on a high talent player. If it does work out and everything seems to be okay with him, then the Vegas Golden Knights could end up with one of the biggest steals in the draft. Fast forward to 83rd overall, and the Vegas Golden Knights drafted Pavel Moich, and Moich is a very interesting player for me. He was a player that was on my goalie ranking, and I dug him quite a bit. He's gigantic. He did really well at every single level of Russian hockey this season, which to me matters. He played in the KHL and did not look out of place there. I do wonder about how much he'll be able to play, considering St. Petersburg seems to have a billion players in their system right now, and goalies might play 8 games and look excellent and then never play again. But that's neither here nor there. He's a good goaltender. I think he brings a lot to the table, and maybe this is a guy that Vegas can bank on in the future, and if it is at 83rd, he looks pretty good, and the data that I have on him a little bit deeper than his save percentage is also very favorable. At 180th overall, they drafted Trent Swick of the Kitchener Rangers. Now, I went and watched him after the draft because I didn't pay much attention to him during the year. He's 6'7", I believe. He's a very big player in the OHL who can go straight to the AHL next season if they want him to. I didn't really see anything that really blew me away. He's got a decent release on his wrist shot. He can get inside body positioning on guys, which you would expect considering he's 6'7". I just would be interested to see what happens in his career. I don't have huge hopes, but he does have a lot of size. There are some intriguing tools there, and it's 180th overall, so we'll see. At 197th overall, the Vegas Golden Knights drafted a player who I've been watching for a couple of years, and once in a while I go, well, that was really cool, in Lucas Van Vliet of the U.S. National Development Program. Now, Van Vliet is a player that does really come and go for me. Some moments are really impressive, and then he kind of disappears and just sort of plays as a bit of a facilitator. But I do think that there is enough talent here that if he captures it more often and spends time in college just getting better and better, you could end up with an interesting player here if you're the Vegas Golden Knights. I think it's a bit of a long shot, but Van Vliet is an interesting player with some good, slippery skill and some highlight reel moments here and there that I think warranted a draft pick at some point, and with their last pick in the draft, sure, take a swing on him, why not? So the Vegas Golden Knights get a 1F. Pavel Moich could be a NHL goaltender at some point based on his track record to this point, and at 83rd overall, if that's what they get, great. To me, the entire class hinges on Trevor Connelly. It's a controversial pick. There is a history there. This isn't a situation of, well, you interpret it things a different way, or you see things this way and you can excuse certain things. It's been rough. But if from here on out things are different, I haven't heard anything super negative in the season he played this past year with Tri-City, so that's a positive. So if that trend holds, the Vegas Golden Knights could end up with one of the best picks relative to position in the entire draft. Super talented player, all the potential in the world. It's going to be up to him to see how far he can take it. Personally, based on watching him this year, It would be really nice to see him in the NHL because he is a lot of fun. But there are other factors at play, and we'll have to see what happens. Trent Swick, he's big, he's on the older side of things, we'll see what happens, I don't know. And Lucas Van Vliet does have some interesting moments that I thought warranted a draft pick, so you leave him in college and who knows what happens. But as I said, everything here hinges on Trevor Connelly to me. So that's it for the Vegas Golden Knights. If you liked the video, you can check our description box for a Fanatics affiliate link, which will give us a small kickback on anything you buy in the store. Or you can go to Scouching.ca, where a subscription will get you access to a private Discord server, as well as data tables for drafted and undrafted prospects around the world, and plenty of other cool stuff you can check out at Scouching.ca. So with that, we finish with the Vegas Golden Knights, and we go on to one of my personal favorites when it comes to draft time, the Seattle Kraken. We'll see you there.